you don't have to be in a jail cell to feel you have no freedom. So I come from New Zealand. I have been here in Australia for the last 12 years. I was imaginative when I was younger. I wanted to make things. I was an artist, but not really discovering that I was talented. But I got introduced to bomb making and gunpowder and nitroglycerine manufacturing, which I used to sell to my classmates when I was like 15. It was like a hit of explosive fun when we were like 15. But it was my dad actually gave me the formula for gunpowder, which was 1, 2, 3. 1 sulphur, 2 charcoal, 3 saltpeter. And I used to make these massive bombs. And I swapped one with a friend in class for an M50 bullet. And he had acquired, somehow his neighbour had acquired these big rounds of ammunition and given him heaps. And they were smokeless cartridges, nitrocellulose. I don't have any experience at all in that. And I took it home with a friend and we prized this bloody thing open. And then you get sticks of nitrocellulose and they burn really quickly. And this is the thing at school though, we used to get them and you light them and they're like a stick, little thin stick, but they go, they just burn and they don't leave any ash or any smoke. I said to my mother, "Hey Mum, shall I roll you up a cigarette?" And my mum said to me, "Oh, really? You're a good boy. Okay." She handed me over the tobacco bottle. I pulled out the tobacco. And I didn't smoke, of course, when I was 15. It's probably more, I picked up a habit more when I was like 18. And I had these sticks of nitrocellulose, which I rolled into my mother's cigarette. And they're combustible, like they come from like an M50 machine gun bullet. And I rolled in heaps, like about 10 of them. And I handed the cigarette back over to my mother. And she stuck it in her mouth. And then she lit it, and it just exploded. Bang! Oh! And my mother was going, "You little shit, what are you doing? What was that?" I said, "Nothing, Mum." This one is Suzanne's. It's of a pregnant woman. And I carved it when I was about 22. But I didn't think of the significance actually having a pregnant wife myself before I carved it. So I give it to Suzanne. And she's faceless. Maybe that's what it was. Or when I realised I was an alcoholic. That's the story. So my life took a lot of twists and turns. I realised that it wasn't just about running through a field full of daisies. Marcia was a happy child. I didn't really find my personality till I'd sort of left school, when I was vibrant and coming of age, and that was part of my art. But being an artist too, I also got obsessed with drugs and alcohol. I just have had that inside of me. And I think it's the hedonistic part of being an artist as well, because I am an artist and I am talented. Maybe my mind just doesn't want to think anymore. I had been not realising inside of myself that I was actually an alcoholic. From a young age, I used to still my own vodka. I used to make brewed beer, ginger beer. I remember one morning waking up to go to school and the tops of my beer had exploded and the bottles were beginning to burst. And my dad said to me, "Son, I'll give you a letter so that you don't go to school this morning because you've got to rebottle your beer." I said, "Thanks, Dad." 15 years old, bottling my own beer. There's going to be problems, I have had two uncles who have died of alcoholism. My grandfather died from a car wreck from drinking alcohol. And alcoholism is in a lot of families here in Australia and in New Zealand, because alcohol decimates families and it decimates people when they drink it excessively. I'd say in the last 3 years I've pretty much gone to hell and back. Yeah, so I pretty much hit a very hard brick wall, called vodka, pretty much. I got to the point where I could drink a 750ml of bottle of vodka in 10 minutes. Screaming. That's part of my hedonistic lifestyle as well, when you just want just pure pleasure and happiness all the time. And not just being satisfied, I think. But as far as my alcohol goes, if anybody out there, you've got any problems in your own families, just tell them one day at a time. All you have to do is just stay sober for this day and promise God first of all, then promise a friend, and promise yourself one day. But don't think about the next 3 months. Just think of today, and you'll find time just goes by so fast anyway. Why should I have to crawl when I can run through life? Why do I need crutches when I can walk perfectly fine? So I'm still one day at a time, and I've met chaps in AA. AA was really interesting, I found. Get yourself to a meeting if you ever can, because the stories you hear, and not just your typical red-nosed, old, looks like he's slept it rough a few times, smelly alcoholics. No. Lawyers, doctors, airline pilots, party girls, like really gorgeous looking women I found in AA as well. You've got a drinking problem. 15-year-olds, black, white, yellow, toilet cleaner, industrial waste, storager, like all facets of society. My wife and I, we couldn't live together anymore. This house is very old. It has bad termites, really bad termites. And also my recovery process from alcohol has been Suzanne and I just living apart, because Suzanne has an Italian temperament, I'll put it, and is prone to bouts of indescribable anger. And when I'm intoxicated, Suzanne knows it straight away. And when I was, and it would exacerbate my drinking, it would make me drink more, but I would almost drink myself off to death. When she'd just yell at me, I'd just go quiet and lie down and get drunk. We're very much in love. We have contact all the time, and it's only going to be for another year before we move up north and invest in property. alcohol's off the menu for me. I can have port wine jelly. I can have port wine jelly and I can hear a train coming in the distance. Like it's that consuming. I can't even have a beer. I get scared when somebody offers me a beer now because I just go no, because I don't want to seem like I'm being antisocial, but it's like I just know where that beer is going to lead. It's going to lead to another one, another one, another one, another one. So I'm safe now, I feel a lot more safe. I suppose I'm on my sober legs. 3 months and 2 weeks will be this weekend. Sobriety, and my life's really good. And we don't need evil. Humanity was created to be ultimately good, not bad. If we were to create it just to destroy ourselves, well, we'd be created in the first place. Humanity must go forward, and we don't need evil. We can get by without it. Now that's vision.